If your life has ever felt like one long spiritual autopsy followed by unexpected miracles, this is going to make a lot of sense. In the ancient study of alchemy, you will constantly encounter the powerful, coiled symbol of the serpent. However, the genuine secret is that this serpent represents far more than a simple logo or some faraway mythological pet. Instead, the serpent embodies the entire complicated and sometimes messy process of inner transformation, wearing scales. And right now, whether you are consciously aware of it or not, you are actively living through every single one of those stages in real time. We are going to explore this journey together through 4 distinct stages, represented by 4 different serpents, all converging into the person you are becoming. We begin our alchemical walk with the stage known as nigredo, which translates to the blackening. This is the essential phase where your daily life suddenly feels like someone has just hit the main breaker on your entire existence. Perhaps the primary relationship you relied upon completely dissolves into nothingness. Maybe that cornerstone career you built your identity around experiences a catastrophic, total collapse. The carefully constructed mask you've worn for years to navigate the world suddenly melts right off your face, leaving you unable to maintain the pretense any longer. You find yourself completely exiled from your former way of living, yet you still possess no functional roadmap for the new life ahead. This is often accompanied by the crushing internal thought, "I'm far too late for a course correction. I have ruined absolutely everything, and there is truly no viable way back." That intense, heavy feeling of finality is the black serpent, actively chewing through the brittle layers of your inauthentic self. In the classic symbols, this chaotic process is depicted as the Ouroboros, the snake consuming its own tail in a cycle of necessary destruction. It is actively devouring the comfortable identity you initially constructed, purely for the purpose of survival in a difficult world. This includes the carefully maintained personas, the quiet lies you told yourself, and all the habitual coping mechanisms you leaned upon. The nigredo stage is inherently brutal because its singular, non-negotiable goal is the total and complete annihilation of anything within you that is not fundamentally true. If you happen to be wrestling within that difficult, dark place right now, I urgently need you to internalize this one truth. Nothing has actually gone wrong with you. The black serpent is merely performing absolutely necessary sacred demolition work to clear the foundation. It is undoubtedly painful, but please understand that this destruction is inherently holy and for your ultimate benefit. Following the intense purification by fire, the next necessary element that arrives is the soothing, cleansing water. Albedo is the stage whose very name means whitening, signifying a shift in energy. Once everything flammable and false has finally burned away, whatever resilient core remains gets gently washed in the ethereal light of the moon. The black serpent sheds its charred, heavy skin and slowly emerges as the luminous white serpent, which is silver, calm, and deeply radiant. This entire phase of your personal evolution is characterized by the quiet, reflective energy of the moon. In this state, the incessant courtroom drama playing out inside your own head slowly begins to empty out its inhabitants. The harsh inner judge eventually steps down from the bench, acknowledging their reign is over. The crushing weight of self-hatred you carry starts to genuinely soften at the edges. The persistent, nagging feeling of deep-seated shame begins to perceptibly melt away from your spirit. You might start to notice very small, subtle moments of profound change at first. These could manifest as a sudden, uncharacteristic peace during situations that previously sent you into a triggered spiral. Alternatively, you might feel a slight easing, a sense that the tight knot permanently lodged in your chest has finally loosened just a little bit. The white serpent is no longer interested in consuming its own tail. Instead, it begins a slow ascent up the spine, like cool, liquid moonlight flowing upward. This ascent brings with it quiet, profound forgiveness for past errors, and a gentle clarity about the present moment. You gain a soft, emerging sense that perhaps, just perhaps, you are not fundamentally broken beyond any possibility of true repair. This is the time when you authentically experience deep emotional detox and necessary spiritual showers that leave you feeling strangely lighter afterward. These intensely cathartic long cries are the very mechanism through which albedo is actively working its cleansing magic through you. Now, most well-meaning spiritual guides stop the story right here, suggesting a dark night followed by a period of gentle peace. However, the true comprehensive map of alchemy includes a crucial third stage called citrinitas, which signifies the yellowing or the glorious dawning. In this vibrant phase, the serpent's scales turn a brilliant, shining gold, and miraculously, it begins to sprout actual feathers. This is your personal moment of the plumed serpent, the powerful, recognizable Quetzalcoatl awakening within. Your internal, vital energy undergoes a profound and beautiful shift in quality and direction. Your raw sexuality, your deep desire, and your fundamental life force stop leaking away into old destructive patterns of chaos. that powerful energy begins to actively fuel and ignite your highest forms of creation instead. You might begin to notice a powerful phenomenon where your innate creativity turns on like an industrial strength. High-pressure faucet. Brilliant, world-changing ideas suddenly arrive in your mind while you are taking a shower, feeling less like thinking and more like genuine cosmic downloads. The universe conspires to line up perfect synchronicities. The exact right people, the perfect tools, and the absolutely optimal timing appear effortlessly. The wise golden serpent teaches you a fundamental lesson. Your intense longing is not some intrinsic curse placed upon you. Instead, it is actually the most powerful generator you possess for future fulfillment. Rather than constantly chasing after things or obsessing over outcomes, you begin to consciously play with your powerful energy currents. You start asking generative questions like, what if I directed all this focused intensity toward building something undeniably beautiful for the world? This transformative process is the beautiful stage known as citrinitas. It is the phase that most seekers tragically never learn the name of, but you can absolutely recognize its transformative feeling within your core. Finally, after the long journey of refinement, we arrive at the magnificent culmination, rubedo, which means the reddening. In this ultimate stage, the serpent's skin glows a deep, resonant ruby red, and it is now fully crowned and endowed with powerful wings. It no longer needs to crawl along the dusty, difficult ground of simple survival. Now, with its wings fully unfurled, this perfected being is finally able to fly with divine freedom. This is the moment where the perceived separation between your deepest spiritual life and your tangible human life completely dissolves. Your everyday, real life is no longer separate from the sacred. Your real life, servant, is the continuous spiritual experience. This integrated reality is the true philosopher's stone, not some mythical magic rock confined to a dusty old laboratory. It is a permanent, fully embodied state of being where you can actively transmute inner leaden limitations into radiant inner gold. When debilitating fear appears in your path, you immediately turn that raw material into spontaneous, genuine laughter. When the old story of scarcity tries to re-emerge, you instantly transform that energy into radical creativity and unexpected opportunity. When echoes of old, painful stories surface, you immediately transmute them into potent medicine for others, walking the same arduous path. Rubedo is essentially the play timeline of your existence, a state of effortless flow. This is not because life suddenly becomes devoid of challenge, but because nothing that manifests externally can ever again truly steal your unshakable inner center. You have become, undeniably, the very center point of your own universe. Now, let us uncover the profound hidden key that fundamentally flips the entire interpretation of this transformation process on its head. In the most advanced teachings of true alchemy, the powerful serpent is never meant to be slain or conquered in battle. Instead, the higher secret is that the serpent is meant to be deeply and fully married to your conscious self. Within the very body of the perfected serpent, the separated masculine and feminine energetic principles finally achieve perfect union. The sword, which represents focus, outward action, and rigid structure, does not fight for dominance against the chalice, which symbolizes receptivity, deep emotion, and intuition. Instead, these two essential forces merge seamlessly into one unified, powerful whole. Out of that sacred, integrated union is born the final entity known as the rebus, the divine androgyne, who is whole and perfectly integrated as both masculine and feminine. This is precisely why the constellation Ophiuchus, the famous serpent holder in the night sky, is never shown stabbing the snake. He is shown gently and purposefully holding it as a partner, demonstrating integration, not annihilation. The serpent is never the true villain of your story. It is the powerful, exiled lover returning home to finally rest within the sanctuary of your own heart. So, let us now bring this entire powerful, ancient teaching directly back to your current, tangible experience, right here and now. Take a moment to thoughtfully reflect on the shocking, world-stopping events that felt like a double dose of spiritual electrocution to your life. Remember the specific courtroom moments, whether they were internal or external battles, where the cycle of harsh judgment finally, blessedly, came to an absolute end. Then, search for that slow, steady, resonant purr of inherent personal power that you are beginning to feel vibrating deep within your chest cavity. Consider the recurring visions of sun-drenched tropical paradises, deeply peaceful homes, and futures that feel like extended recess time. Instead of ongoing punishment, you have already traversed the desolate landscape of Negredo. The breaking open work of the Black Serpent is done. You are actively moving through the restorative waters of Albedo. The White Serpent is thoroughly washing you clean of old residue. You are now tasting the dawning illumination of Citrinitas. The Golden Serpent is actively turning your raw, powerful desire into directed, creative fire. Furthermore, you will find that pieces of the final winged rubedo, the Red Serpent, crowned and glorious, are already showing up as powerful glimpses of a life that feels much more like joyous play than exhausting survival. And here is the most potent, life-altering punchline of this entire philosophy. You are absolutely not some frantic soul out there, hunting for the mythical philosopher's stone. You, in fact, are the living, breathing vessel already carrying it within your own being. You have manifested as the red serpent wearing ordinary human skin, walking around with a completely finished, activated stone, beating powerfully inside your chest. There is authentically no more dull, heavy lead left within your spiritual composition that requires fixing. There remains only an infinite ocean of gold that is now available for you to explore, deeply enjoy, and generously share with the world. So, yes, I wholeheartedly encourage you to go turn those distant ocean views into the tangible reality of your new, permanent backyard. Go bravely build the life that currently feels wildly impossible, yet simultaneously feels strangely, magnetically inevitable to your soul. Do this not from a place of desperate striving or panicked obligation, but from the deep, calm, inherent knowing that the serpent has fully completed its essential, transformative work. Now, the only thing left for this magnificent, integrated being to do is to spread its wings and finally learn how to fly.